Welcome to the biggest and most illustrious motorcycle drag race in the world. Right now, you're taking a look at the world's quickest and fastest Honda motorcycle. There are fearless racers here from all over the globe. Some are crazy enough to do it without a wheelie bar on a street tire. They call it Pro Street and Real Street. It's over 200 miles an hour, and it's definitely on the edge.
Got it tacked up, and if you get too close, you're getting cracked up. Stone cold when I roll, coming out of the hole. Get back, cause I'm out of control.
High performance motorcycle fans, we welcome you to South Georgia Motorsports Park. It is the Man Cup Motorcycle Drags World Finals, presented to you by Lucas Oil and General Tire. Today, we focus in on the street tire categories. Jack Corpella, pleased to be joined with an 82-time NHRA winner, George Bryce.
Thanks, Jack. It's good to be here, man.
Definitely is. We're set for a lot of excitement. We'll give you the rundown of how this works. Racers ran 3 rounds of qualifying yesterday. You qualify with your best time. Eliminations are a single elimination tournament. You lose one time, you go home. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Here comes DME and Jeremy Teasley. But before that, earlier today, we caught up with Team DME. Getting set for the quickest and fastest street tire motorcycles in the world, here with Demi Ettinger. Demi, it's been a big year for you guys. How are these things progressing so quickly?
Well, with the ECUs and the new turbos and the development of a new tire, and we have a new bike this year, so it's been a lot of development on this thing here.
And let's give you a look at the mega first round matchups that we have. 20 motorcycles here on the property. George, this race is living up to its reputation.
Yes, it is. You know, we've been coming to this race every year for over 40 years now, and watching this sport has changed dramatically, and these motorcycles are incredible.
Well, talking about the changes, let's get right to round number 1. Who would have thought we'd ever see 6 seconds, 200 miles an hour out of street bikes? Jeremy Teasley, the number 1 qualifier, takes the win here, 6:49.
Wow, look at that dig out, man. Front tire just barely skipping the ground and leaving a little bit of rubber. That was a pretty nice pass, and he finally gets his feet up almost at the finish line.
No wheelie bar, no slick. Let's get to our next matchup. It is Sydney Marshall, another DME team member. Here comes Jason Dunnigan. Dunnigan on the Suzuki Hayabusa. He advances to round 2 with a 6:63.
Man, watch this thing black stripe all the way through the finish line. He is really putting the wood to it right here.
Did you ever think street bikes would go this fast?
No, man, this is incredible. Awesome.
Next pair coming up. Here comes Richard Gadsden. That is an old school Suzuki GS. Look at it lifting the front wheel. The nitrous bike takes the win, 688. What do you think that feels like?
My goodness, you know, that's got some real ET left in there. He left a lot on the table doing all those wheelies. He had to lift the throttle 3 times on this run and still went 688.
With no wheelie bar, you got to be very careful you don't flip over backwards. This is definitely on the edge. A couple of Hayabusas, Edwards and Angela. Angela gets in trouble. Getting to the stripe first will be Chris Edwards. He takes the win at a 7:29. Looks like Angela got a little out of shape.
Yeah, he came over here by the wall. Just about I'm sure he had to lift, and then of course Chris made a nice straight lap, which got him to the finish line first.
Talking about the horsepower on these machines, most of them make about 600 to 700 horsepower turbocharged. Here's the world's fastest Honda. Frankie Stotts is gone. 664 for that turbo Honda.
Man, look at that, how hard he steers this. This motorcycle is going left the whole time, and he is steering. What has he got hanging off the side over there, Jack? He looks like he lost a pipe or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Great observation by you, George. Luckily, you got the win light for him. We'll see if he can get the problem rectified. To the stripe, now we go. Win light in this one coming on for Gabe Frederick. The Hayabusa wins again, 756. Boy, we see a lot of Hayabusas out here, don't we?
Yeah, check out Carlos's run here. He left first, he was really moving out, and then he had to lift. And he looked over. He had the presence of mind to look over to see how far behind he was. And got back after it.
We told you it would be on the edge. Next pair coming up, Habel and Sanzatera. Sanzatera gets in trouble. Habel takes the win, 683. George, what we're seeing is just getting down the racetrack under power is not easy.
Yeah, I noticed Habel's run that time. He has not run real fast a lot, but this was one of his best runs. Look how straight he goes, and he's been doing it a long time, and he's really improving every race.
We continue on here. First round, here comes GT Tonglet, former NHRA Pro Stock motorcycle racer, up against Gage Herrera. We got a close one to the stripe. Win light coming on for Gage. He wins it on a hole shot.
Left lane wins. Look how smooth Tonglet is, though. Once he gets going, he gets tucked in like he did, like his brother did. Taught them boys how to go fast on top end.
And reaction time so important. An 028 near perfect wins it. Look at the wheel stand here. Patrick Borg taking on Brad Christensen at the finish line. Win light in this one coming on Patrick Borg, 698. He'll advance to round 2.
Man, you hit the nail on the head. It is just hard to make a nice lap, and that's what wins these rounds. Got to leave on time, and you got to make perfect laps in order to get the win light. Look at that, Weaver.
It's like sharpshooting, golf, bowling, any sport that takes total and utter mental concentration. That's what these riders need to focus on. Justin Shakir getting in trouble, top end of the racetrack. He still gets the win, 678.
678 on this run. Watch again. It was a little bit like out of control, sort of, and look where his feet are. Oh yeah, before the finish line. He was really struggling finding the pegs.
Look at all the smoke coming out of Lorenzo's machine.
There were parts flying too.
My goodness, we promised you this one would be on the edge. Well, we caught up with Jeremy Teasley's father, James Crow Teasley, moments ago. Let's see what Crow had to say. Big congratulations, your boy's riding out there. How you feeling?
He's proud. He's good. He does his job.
Tell me about that run.
It looked like a really clean run. We turned it down a little bit for the weather, and it did what it's supposed to.
To win this.
That's all that matters. Let's go work on Pro Street. We'll be right back.
The world's quickest and fastest GSXR 1000 rolls on. Let's give you a look at our round 2 matchups coming up. The aforementioned Jeremy Teasley gets a bye into the semifinals. It'll be Edwards taking on Dunnigan, Gadsden taking on Frederick. George, as expected, this field is stacked.
Yep, and I just noticed Gadsden's in the second round here. This will be good.
The Lucas Oil Motorcycle Drag Racing World Finals rolls on. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. More high-performance street bikes coming up.
Lucas Oil on the Edge is brought to you by General Tire. Anywhere is possible. Pingle, manufacturer and distributor of high-performance motorcycle parts and accessories for the street and drag. And by Trimtex. Trimtex is the premier manufacturer of vinyl drywall beads and accessories.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lucas Oil Man Cup Motorcycle Drag Racing World Finals. It is time for real street. The world's quickest and fastest street bikes are ready to be unleashed. Jack Corbella here with George Bryce. George, are you ready?
Yeah, man, this is a fun class. It's growing. You know, the wheelbase is dictated by the driver's weight, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's how they maintain parity. What also makes this class unique is you have to have a hand clutch and as many OEM stock parts as possible. George, you've been in this sport for so long. Isn't it amazing how quick these bikes are getting from the factory?
Yeah, I know. We used to have a 10-second bike, and it was awesome, and now you got bikes you can buy go in the 8s, low 9s. Mini.
Here is your field, single elimination. We'll run it out until we have one champion crowned at the end of the day. And as expected, they have come from all corners of the United States, from all around the world to compete in this happening known as the World Finals. Here we go, round number 1. David Stewart and Ruben Panel. The Hayabusa versus the 14, trying to keep the wheel down. The Hayabusa takes the win. 809, David Stewart advances.
Notice David's bike in the left lane, and get a view of it here. He has a little bit more power than he has wheelbase. Watch this top gear wheel stand right here. Look at this. Wow.
Next pair coming up, this is Michael Sancho alongside Jamie Lopes. Again, fighting the wheelie, so much horsepower. How do you keep that front end down with this much horsepower?
You know, the driver's weight makes a big difference where they sit on the motorcycle, and the guys that are sitting too far back, are never going to keep the front end down. Look at those wheelies. That's incredible.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, this program is on the edge. A little bit too much gas or a mistake, and you could flip over backwards so easily. There's a lot of risk here. Johnny Turbo Dobrin. Uh-oh, Turbo in trouble. Mark Hilton going to put him on the trailer. The former champion, Johnny Turbo, out of here in round 1. What happened?
Wow. Look at his wheel stand early.
Wheelie's not what you want. That'll cost you a lot of ET and a lot of time, and there is no time to rest on your laurels in the sport of motorcycle drag racing. Unfortunately, Alicia Malone could not make the call. Jason Herron on the Turbo Hayabusa gets the bye run. Gotta love a bye run on race day.
Yeah, you know it's key in this class to be able to keep the throttle on for the whole quarter mile, and these guys are having control problems. Look at his deal. He's letting off the gas, getting back on. Whoever can hold the gas on the longest is going to win.
Truly wild. Next pair coming up. Bud Herod has problems. Annabelle the Cannibal Merced on the nitrous Kawasaki ZX14 advances to round number 2. What happened to Bud?
He had a nitrous Kawasaki also, and the traction was so good, and his bike stuck to the track, literally. His shoe stuck to the track.
Well, they are pushing these machines to the utter limits. Thank goodness most of these competitors have Lucas motorcycle oil keeping their engine alive. Steve Holmberg and Spencer Claycomb on the Suzuki Hayabusa. Spencer crashed here back in the spring, rebuilt the bike, and now he is victorious in round 1. 7:59 for Spencer.
Yeah, that is a fast time. Isn't that close to the record, that 7:59? Look at his run. Spencer made a nice lap here.
And what a comeback, too. What a way to vindicate yourself after totaling the motorcycle just 6 months ago at this same racetrack. Let's give you a look at our matchups coming back for round number 2. Teasley and Herron, Lopes and Hilton. Merced and the Kawasaki ZX14 has the bye, and it will be Stewart taking on Claycomb. Each round you go, it gets a little tougher.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I love it. This is fun. This the weekend there, the weather was so fast, the track was awesome, and these times are proving it.
We've got a lot coming up. The Man Cup World Finals rolls on after this. Welcome back, everybody, to South Georgia Motorsports Park. We're going to switch gears and give you a little nitromethane. Here comes the Pro Fuel Harley category, carbureted, high gear only, definitely on the edge. These things are wild.
Yeah, this is a cool class too, and it's very old class. When I say old, they've been running nitro on carburetors for a long, long time, and if you've ever tried to run nitromethane on a carburetor, you'll know this is a tough class.
They run to the quarter mile. They have a maximum displacement of 122 cubic inches. Of course, nitro is the X factor that makes them so wild and predictable. This class is actually a great stepping stone into top fuel. Gives these competitors an opportunity to get some seat time on an unforgiving, volatile nitro bike. Let's take a look at our ladder. The best in the best are here. Kirby Apathy, your number 1 qualifier. He gets the bye run. We also have one of the world's fastest females, Jeanette Thornley, in the category as well. Not just for the guys out here, is it?
No, you know, girls are racing in motorcycles in lots of classes. This is a good example.
Sam White up against Michael Beeland. Michael Beeland, one of the tough competitors, but he's in trouble here. Here goes Sam out of Hawaii Racing. He takes the victory with a 750. Beeland gave it a shot, but it was all white.
Yeah, Sam made a nice run here. This is a good run for him, you know, going to 750 and nice and straight and true. Got tucked in, and the motorcycle ran great.
Did you see that fuel pouring out of the carburetor? What was that?
Yes, overlap, right where both valves are open at top dead center, and the nitro came out of the carburetor instead of going in.
Michael Ray in trouble. Preston Bartlett, the 2-time defending champion, takes the win, 735. He rolls on to round number 2.
Yeah, Preston's bike was really fast on this run. It left good, and I expected Michael to win this, but it was Preston's race.
Preston out of Team Lucas Oil looking for a 3rd championship. We'll see if he can get it done. Next pair coming up. Here comes Jim Martin alongside Al Miles. Miles got the front wheel in the air trying to correct it. Whoa, he's in trouble. But he pulled out the victory. How did he do that, George?
Al had it covered, man. He was so far in front, and the front tire got higher and higher and higher, and he started coming towards the wall. Look at the nitro pouring out of the carburetor on overlap.
As a competitor, you're headed towards the wall, but you also want to win. How do you deal with that?
Whew, make a good decision at the last second.
Here comes the aforementioned female, Jeanette Thornley, alongside Rocky Jackson. Jeanette in trouble. The lady that hopes to step up the top, Fuel Harley, she's out of here in round 1. Rocky Jackson takes the win, 804, but she did have a 009. Nice light.
She left first for sure. Rocky was able to come through with a nice wheel stand win, and it was not going perfectly straight at the end of the track, but he sure got the win.
And look at them trying to get stopped. That's where the real fun begins as a competitor, right? Trying to stop these missiles. Sexton and Larson. Oh, we got ourselves a drag race, bar to bar. Finish line. Give it to Larson. 776 takes the win.
Check out the awesome camera work. Motorcycles, some of them are going left, some are going right, and it's a lot of work to drive these just right. I say drive because you ride a bull and you're definitely driving this motorcycle. You're trying to make it go where you want it to.
Very profound, my friend. Well, let's give you a look at the Pro Fuel Ladder. Here's your matchups coming back for round number 2. 6 of the quickest nitro methane burning Harley Davidsons remain. We will take it down till we can crown only one. What's the anxiety anticipation like when you get to this point in the race?
Well, you know, everybody hates to lose first round, and once you win first round, then it's like, wow, at least I'm not the worst loser. So second round seems to be a little easier for most racers.
Money rounds, semis, and finals coming up. On the Edge rolls on.
Lucas Oil On the Edge has been brought to you by Spevco, a leading manufacturer of specialty vehicles. Final Swipe, a leader in financial transaction services and proud sponsor of Larry Spider-Man McBride. And by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
Welcome back to beautiful South Georgia Motorsports Park. It is the Lucas Oil Man Cup Motorcycle Drag Racing World Finals. Finals is the key word because, George Bryce, we are set for those pressure-filled, exciting final rounds.
Beautiful weather, really, really fast weather, man. This is good stuff. Love it.
Let's catch you up on Pro Street. Let's give you a recap of what happened in our semifinals. It was Jeremy Teasley and the DME GSXR 1000 alongside his teammate Jason Dunnigan on the Suzuki Hayabusa. Teasley was able to blast out of the hole and score one for the small bore 1000, guys, because Teasley takes the win and advances to the final. Gabe Frederick had a bye run, which sets up a mega matchup in our final round. It'll be Teasley's GSXR 1000 versus Frederick's Hayabusa.
Wow, those are fast. Did you see how quick the 60-foot time right off the line was?
Well, here we go. It is time for the final round. This is the one that counts. Gabe Frederick out of the Midwest, ready to blast off. But George, something wrong with the world record holder.
Man, they shut it off, refired, trying to get it to reset.
Devastating. We're hearing a crankshaft sensor out of DME. That's it. Frederick's going to take the win on a bye run. Not the way he wanted to win, but hey, in drag racing, sometimes attrition catches up with you, doesn't it?
Yeah, he went 6:58.
Well, congratulations to our winner, Gabe Frederick. Let's head down to the winner's circle and catch up with him. Gabe, congratulations. I mean, to come all this way, you knew you were taking on the multi-time champ, the fastest in the world, but you come away with the win. Tell me about it.
That really wasn't even our goal this weekend. We came down just trying to reach our personal best, get some more data for next year. And, you know, we struggled through the weekend, but we brought it together on race day. That's what counts. I hate that we had to finish the finals like that. I really wanted to race those guys and put a good run up against the fastest bike on the planet, no bar bike on the planet right now. But hey, with the year I've had, I'll take it.
Well, congratulations, Gabe, but don't count Teasley out just yet because he's a multi-class competitor and he's got a shot at redemption here in Real Street. Let's catch you up as to what happened in Real Street. Let's go to our semifinals where it was the Hayabusa of Mark Hilton taking on Jeremy Teasley and his GSXR 1000. This time, George, Teasley would not be denied.
Did you see how different the bikes are when you're at the starting line? The short bike on the left and the long bike on the right.
Kawasaki versus Suzuki next. Spencer Claycomb's Hayabusa versus Annabelle Merced's Kawasaki ZX14 nitrous bike. Great drag race this was.
Wow. Went left the whole time.
At the far end, it was Annabelle the Cannibal Merced setting up a mega final round matchup. The nitrous Kawasaki ZX14 alongside Teasley's Suzuki GSXR 1000 machine. George, who do you like?
I think Teasley, you know, you have to go there just because of how much history and how good he's doing.
We'll see what he can do. Call your shot on this one. Teasley with a nice launch. Here comes Annibal, the big man. The big man has problems. There goes the GSXR 1000. Teasley with a 762, 188 miles an hour.
Oh my,
he
that's
lost
fast.
in Pro Street. He gets redemption here in Real Street. Let's go catch up with him.
This thing's been setting since the last race at XD. I wasn't planning on running Real Street, but we ended up running it. Devin called me, so I was like, might as well stay there, sitting there in the corner. So pulled out the corner, put some oil in it, and rung it here. The first pass, I tried something different, didn't work, so I went back to what we had and went 7:59. So I was like, that's good. So I kind of left it there all weekend. But I did turn it back down, but for AM, I turned it back up. So me and him's always a good race.
That's good stuff. He put oil in it.
He did. Lucas Motorcycle Oil, to be exact. Congratulations. All right, let's catch you up on Pro Fuel, where Lucas Oil back Preston Bartlett hopes to win his 3rd consecutive championship. Let's take you to this run right now. It was Rocky Jackson and Al Miles. Unfortunately, Al had problems. Rocky Jackson cruises on to the finals, and Preston Bartlett, the 2-time champion, earns himself a bye run, setting up an all-important winner-take-all final round for the championship. What do you think the pressure's like there, George?
Oh yeah, it's good. They're both very competitive. This is a good chance to have a good race right here.
Well, Preston's been there, done that. He's got his lovely wife by his side. His wife was celebrating so hard in the semis, she twisted her ankle. But she said, man, with a chance to see my husband win a 3-peat for Lucas Oil, I will be up there one way or another. Let's take you to our final. Here we go. Preston out with a whole shot. Rocky has trouble. To the top, and we go. He is a 3-time champion with a 729 at 173.
Man, that is good news for those guys. That's good work. Great race.
And we've got a very euphoric and happy wife standing by. Guys, congratulations. You twisted your ankle, but are you feeling any pain right now?
Right at this moment, I'm not. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We love our fans, our crowds. Jack, we adore you. You've been everywhere. We want to thank How Are You Racing and Lucas Oil. Thanks for everything. I have more people to name, but talk to the champ.
Congratulations, Team Bartlett. Congratulations, Lucas Oil gets another championship. How about that? This is one of 3 races coming your way from South Georgia Motorsports Park. Don't miss one. Simply go to mavtv.com/set reminder. Make sure you check us out on mavtv.com. Check us out on social. George, it was a lot of fun.
Man, we had a good time, and it was neat to see the Lucas Oil implications and the connections to make these guys go fast. I noticed Teasley, I loved it when he said, I just put oil in it.
The world's fastest street bikes and Pro Fuel Harleys didn't disappoint. You're not living unless you're on the edge. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, and thank you for also liking CycleDrag.com on Facebook. Share it with your friends. If you keep it growing, we're going to keep bringing you awesome stuff like this. Thanks a lot.